Guys, I've had the WWE Network for some time now, and besides all the shows that I actually enjoy, this discussion is not about the WWE Network. It's about one of the shows that I enjoy the most. And it's called Countdown, and it's also about the topic that was on this past Tuesday, and it's talking about had actually a top 10 countdown list of the best talkers. Now, the list was great. The list was well put together, and everyone on there I agree except for two. Now, the ones that actually got me torn was Stone Cold Steve Austin and CM Punk. That was something that got me really, really torn. Because honestly, if you really think about it on a really standard level, or not a standard level, but if you think about it in the most momentous, most memorable level, in my opinion, when it comes to how completely it changed the course of everything, is CM Punk. Everyone remembers the CM Punk when it comes to the PG era. The PG era was completely boring, and we never thought that we would ever see something like that again. The Summer Punk was like literally put CM Punk on the map. Not only that, everybody remembers his epic promos leading on up to the Money in the Bank. Say whatever you want. People are like, oh no, that wasn't epic. That was freaking epic. He literally stomped a mud hole in the fourth wall, walked it dry, peed on it, and kicked it to the side. That's pretty much what he did. Set it on fire. So he peed on it, then he put gasoline on it and set it on fire. That's pretty much what he did to the fourth wall. And everybody remembers what CM Punk did. Not only that, it is true. If you give that mic, if you give a mic to that man, it is truly a pipe bomb. And he literally, his character alone put everybody on edge. And not only that, it made you really want to watch wrestling again after how boring the PG era started to become. But if you think about it, in a globally era changing dynamic, I guess if you can say, in an era changing level, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because we never truly had an anti hero until Stone Cold Steve Austin came along. Even though Stone Cold Steve Austin isn't as well versed as some people would believe, or as pretty much as you would hear, he just said everything, anything that comes out of his mouth, and you can consider him as an everyday kind of guy, like a guy that you would actually see at a bar drinking a beer and having a good time and literally getting into fights and being kicked out. Like seriously, this is a guy that you can actually picture in everyday life as a standard guy standing up to his boss when his boss is a jerk. And I think that's what made him so awesome and made him so wonderful, because you can literally relate to the guy. And not only that, he didn't care what anybody thought. If you liked him, good. If you didn't like him, he didn't care. And that's what made him great. But CM Punk was great because he was so articulate in everything he said, and he knew where to go. Like, he knew how to go to the throat, and he knew what would hit you the most. He was so strategic in everything that he ever said, and he was really, really intelligent and well versed in every single insult that he hurled at you. And half the things weren't even insults, they were true. He just said it because nobody else would have, and he does not care. As for Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was pretty much fueled by beer and rage, and anything that came out of his mouth, he would just automatically say it and didn't care. And you also had to imagine when you actually turn Stone Cold Steve Austin a heel, even though nobody really enjoyed that and it makes absolutely no sense for him to be a heel, his promo work kind of went down. Can you say the same thing about CM Punk? No. CM Punk was well versed even as a heel, and even when he became a quasi face, he still did really great promo work. When he was an anti-hero, it's even better. It just seems to me, in my humble opinion, that when it comes to CM Punk, his promo work never really slacked and never really fell short. While Stone Cold Steve Austin promo work fell when he became a heel, but came back again when he became an anti-hero. But either or, sticking to who's the best talker, that's the part that really does tear me up the most, because they are both excellent talkers. And it was so hard just to be like, oh yeah, that's true. But then I'm like, no, I don't know. Like, you're just like this the whole time when you watch that countdown. But guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Who do you think is the best talker? Stone Cold Steve Austin or CM Punk? I'm gonna actually have I'm actually gonna have the shared file for this countdown for WWE Network on my Wrestling Fan Nation page. If you want to check out the entire list, it's going to be on my Wrestling Fan Nation page, and go check it out. I'm going to try to have it pinned so whoever wants to see it can go ahead and see it without it being scrolled down or anybody from anyone else's videos. But y'all, I want to hear your voice, your thoughts, your opinions. Who do you think is the best talker? Stone Cold Steve Austin or CM Punk? Leave me a comment in the comment section below, or send me a video response, because on the real, I'm freaking torn. I can't say someone's the worst. I can't say someone's the best. I'm like torn. So I want to hear your thoughts. It's Niche Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.